Good afternoon and welcome to Princess It channel, the channel with legitimacy of updates and information that you could require for your field. This excerpt, or will I say, this submission is really about the troubling question that have been coming at different times concerning the separation between the big boys, the stakeholders, the beneficiaries, the NGO heads, and all that. The IMF body, the government pioneers, and all of those appellations and nomenclatures, which some of them have been wrongly used at different times. I want you to listen to this voice note that was profiled by on the other channel, but then in case you are not there and you needed to possibly listen to it right from here, I've tried as much as possible to bring it here also for your understanding and feel, so that we can be on the same page, have understanding. All right, Princess It, your time now. All right, good morning and welcome to Princess It channel. We thank the Lord for bringing us to another wonderful Friday. Someone had to correct me there that today is not Saturday. Today appears like it's Saturday to me, but then we thank the Lord for a good day and a wonderful Friday morning, the 18th of April 2025. All right, I want to make some clarification here. A voice note was dropped this morning on our other channel regarding the conversation I had with my own personal NGO head, and that to me is just a more validation to what we know or what we have been in expectation of. Yeah, and I don't think it could be plainer than that. For those who are more or less like doubting Thomases, if you take your time and listen to that voice note, it was quite so comprehensive and all exposing. And I want you to know that we are just at the brink of receival. Now, I want to make some clear-cut clarifications here concerning the divisions, but because it seems like some of us are still not in the know of the appendix or the nomenclatures. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. The nomenclatures that are used to differentiate or denominate all of these organs. You understand? We have the pioneer, we have the CBN slot, we have the stakeholders, we have the NGO, we have the beneficiaries, and the rest of them like that. So, but then I want to drive it deep because some of them are still the same, but some people are actually not getting the point or the gist behind it. So they are all just wound up and confused in the whole scenario. All right, I'm going to begin from the current name they are calling the pioneers. Now, when you hear from whether some of these influencers talk about the pioneer, all right, the pioneer slot, it's also the CBN and it's also the government NGOs. You understand? Now, all of these are they are different from the big leagues or the big boys that just came out recently, which are the ex-officios. You understand, like the custom, ex-retired officers, the Navy, and the likes of them like that, who happen to be the first that even received disbursement. You understand, they have been paid and their payment have been concluded. You understand? Now, sometimes you could hear that some of these influencers on YouTube or Facebook, they talk about them, they call them stakeholders. You understand? But I think it's a wrong use of nomenclature, because stakeholders, have explained this before. If you had to pieces that word, if you had to pieces it into two segments, it has two segmentations. That is a two-syllabic word. When you talk about what they call it again, stakeholders. Now we have stake and we have holders. So if you pieces it, you have a stake, you have holders. Now that is, if you join them, you have stakeholders. That is to say that it's someone who is holding a stake in an event, or someone holding a stake in a program, or in the likes of this program that we are into, the UAAG. So in this grant, who is a stakeholder? Is someone who is holding, whether you are a beneficiary, you are expecting something, you committed something, that makes you a stakeholder. You understand? Anywhere you have your involvement functional, you are a stakeholder in that scheme. In your place of work, you are a stakeholder. You contribute things to that. You are a stakeholder. You get your salary from there. You're a stakeholder. So I want to believe here that it's not just the big wigs or the big leagues or the big hops or the big boys that are just the stakeholders. No. Then what are you? Every beneficiary is a stakeholder. So we all become stakeholders in this. So it's a wrong appendage or attribution of nomenclature to say only the big hops or the big wigs or the big boys are the only stakeholders. I think that is clear. Now, after those have received their disbursement, which is completed already, then we hear of the pioneer slots. Now, the pioneer slots is the same as the IMF slot, or whatever they call it. It's the same thing as the government slot. It's the same thing as the CBN slot. You understand? Those ones, they subscribe in different hierarchies. They are also stakeholders. And the money they collect is based, they are going to collect, is based on the denominations for which they subscribe. According to that subscription, you understand, it's not the same. Now, the fund will be disbursed to the after the stakeholders. Sorry, yeah, all of us are stakeholders. Don't forget. After the big boys have been completed, right now, the next phase they are facing is the NGO heads. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Is the pioneers? That's the pioneer NGOs. The pioneer NGOs now follow suit. Then, once the pioneer NGO follows suit, you now talk about the pioneer beneficiaries that are under the pioneer NGOs, because the NGO that's going to disburse to the pioneer beneficiaries that are under that particular organ. You understand? Then you now talk about the NGOs that comes after. That's the NGO heads now, which fall in the initiatives. That's the Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation. You talk about the Theobald. You talk about the remind me now, all of them. You talk about the Midwest Improvement Program. You talk about the Supreme and the rest of them like that. They are NGO bodies. You understand? Which these NGO bodies also have beneficiaries who are also stakeholders under them. So you could see that before this money gets to the beneficiaries under them, it will first of all reach out to the NGO heads in that scheme. Do you understand? So the beneficiaries, which are the teaming beneficiaries, which are the real grand finale, or the teaming population where everybody falls in, happens to be almost in the last of this cadre. You understand? But the fact remains that once it started from the higher echelon of powers, it's going to reach everyone in time. So don't be bamboozled when you hear the language stakeholders. Everyone is a stakeholder. I am a stakeholder. You are a stakeholder, and we're all entitled to be funded as at when due. So I just needed to do that clarification. Once again, don't ever think it's all a scam. Even after all of these videos, some are still saying it's a scam. Some still drop a message right on the channel this morning and say, well, all of them, don't believe in them. Is still a scam. You know, everyone is entitled to their opinion. Now, those some of them that says it is a scam, it's not as if they believe it's a scam. They just want to get words out of you. We have come to understand the level of behavioral pattern of certain individuals within the ecosystem. So you don't just get offended at people. We have different characters, different attitudinal displays from people. Some say that not because they believe it's a scam. They just want to say it's a scam so that they can get something from you, a reactive method from you, or a reactive lifestyle from you, to now to say something to them. You understand? So, but that's a class of personality that it represents. Yet he's expecting the money, but he says it's a scam. Yet he's still there, he's still listening to information, and he says it's a scam. Now, who is more of a scam? You get the point now. So don't just give ears or listen to some messages or some comments, and that's why we filter messages right here. We're not here to give in to every Dick and Irish or submitting messages. Now that we have opened up the comment section, it's not because we desire to just lock them up so that you don't have opportunity to air your view before. I've explained that in details. It's just because we needed to filter these comments for the sake of the heart of the people, even that God cares for. You understand? So we have to just regulate that, and we see some of these comments that we don't bring in to the open because of how toxic they are, and they are not good for you. All our interest is that there is funds to be paid, and we want you to be in the right perspective, the right frame of work or frame of mind to be able to receive that which is meant for you, not that you become scattered or you are tattered or you completely be disenfranchised before the fund comes to get you repaired. You must be on the line of activity before the fund even comes, and you must be nice. You must be nice, you must be fine, you must be up and doing. Your life must be together, not scattered. So, and there are certain toxic comments like that that could put you in that situation. So it's our duty to regulate that. You understand? So this is coming at this time because of certain influencials voice note I've listened to, calling certain people stakeholders. What it looks like you are not a stakeholder, you are beneficiaries, including Apostle Ken Wakama. He is a stakeholder and he is also a beneficiary. Everyone is a beneficiary here, everyone is a stakeholder here. As long as you have enlisted for this grant, you are a stakeholder there. I think that is clear enough, and that settles everything. So we are right on the same page. We're in expectation. This coming week promises good for us, and I want you to put your heart together that everything that God has promised for you in time, they are going to be fulfilled. So not the time to give up on hope. Everything is intact. We are intact, and everything is fine. Everything is fine. Kill doubt in your life. Never allow it to have a stake. Alright, having said that, in case you are new to this channel, don't you just live like that. Subscribe, help this so that you can get more information from us every time it comes. Hit that notification bell also. You can always receive notification every time we drop a very important message. You'll be one of the first to get them. Thank you very much. I'm going to see you shortly again. I'm drawing the curtain for this afternoon commentary, and until I come your way again, this is Princess Seed Alternative Channel. Subscribe and let's fly together. Have a nice day, and God bless you.